Hello, I'm Jin Kwon in the Department of English, and from now on, I am going to present the conception of Fauvism. What is Fauvism? Before discussing this movement, I'll introduce you a little bit of the former movement. Because the latter movement was initially inspired by the former one, so the two of them are, in some ways, closely related with each other. Then let's talk about the former movement. It's called Impressionism. Impressionism was brought up by the resistance to realism, which views every object as it is. You know, those pictures, right? And the second one is the Mona Lisa. By the way, I just want you to know that the in the Mona Lisa is just an emphasis. Like this.
Understandable, because her mom's T.J. Tyler. The T.J. Tyler? She's got like a trillion Grammys. A trillion and one, I think.
Anyways, back to the subject. Therefore, Impressionist artists express their subjective impression in art. There are Vincent van Gogh, Paul Gauguin, etc. By the way, focus on this art. I'll mention it later. Now let's move on our major art movement. Fauvism is the start of the 20th century art. In this century, there came a lot of isms that would spread out beyond the boundaries of the countries. Free expression and abstraction was central elements those days. Fauvism is a French avant-garde art movement and is the style of Les Fauves, which means the wild beast. It was focused on colors and the artist's emotions. Artists created simple drawings, but filled them with exaggerated, intense colors that expressed their feelings about the subject. Fauvism started in 1899. While proceeding, Henri Matisse, the leader of Fauvists, precisely founded this movement in 1905. And it ended up with gaining only a few years of popularity. Other than Henri Matisse, André Drang was also a top leader of this movement, but mostly people usually think of Henri Matisse when dealing with Fauvism. So I prepared just one artwork regarding André Drang. Let's see first. This is Drang's portrait of Henri Matisse. As in most Fauvist portraiture, a detailed description was out of his interest. Instead of that, he expressed Henri's state of mind using visible brushwork. Now let's take a look at Henri's work of art. First of all, this is Nestorians with the painting dance. And it's also anything but specific. His primitive and flat feature in painting was influenced by Paul Gauguin's, which I mentioned before. This is Woman with a Hat, and is a portrait of his wife. This work was criticized by other artists, the public, and even his wife, because they thought it's too hypocritical as in her fancy look. For this reason, Henri later released an ordinary portrait of his wife. Even though Fauvism was prevalent just a few years, I think it has a great deal of impression in 20th century art. Then this is all for today, and thanks for watching my presentation.